some instances, police will be going and doing patrols to make sure everyone's leaving. But my goodness, what an ominous number this afternoon. Winds at 175 miles per hour. It'll be just a couple of more minutes before we get another update from Hurricane Center. We'll see if they adjust the wind speed at all on this. It's moving east at 9 miles an hour, and it will move toward the west coast of Florida, and we believe a landfall is going to happen roughly 48 plus hours from now. That timeline's been pushing back just a few hours, but it could be an evening or nighttime landfall Wednesday night toward Orlando, because this thing is such a beast. But as is mentioned, it is just a very eerie sight and feeling here at the beaches, because I don't know any time I've ever been here that it was this empty, right? So many of us, even if you don't live here, so many of us come to Florida for vacation, and you've made family memories over the years, right? Coming to Clearwater, or going to Reddington Shores, or going to St. Pete, and you've made family memories, and so these places, Dr. Nev, mean something to people that live in Chicago, or Seattle, or St. Louis, or Cleveland, or wherever it may be. And so there are a lot of eyes right now on this area, and a lot of concern for what may happen with Hurricane Milton.
Well, hello everyone from a bit of a moody, miserable, rainy Kissimmee, Florida. So I am just bringing a little bit of an update regarding our trip, regarding us. I've had so many messages, and I'm also just going to give you some tips and advice regarding Hurricane Milton that's heading in. If you're flying over to Florida, if you're meant to be flying over, if you're meant to be flying back, or if you are here in Orlando or Kissimmee at the moment. I'm going to tell you what our plan is, what's happening with our trip. We've had a few things cancelled and changed. I'll just give you some general advice as well. But I've had so many messages and comments, and loads of lovely messages as well. Just stay safe and stuff. We have got a Category 5 hurricane now on the way to Florida. That's going to hit the coastline of Tampa pretty hard, and it is projected to head right across potentially Orlando as well, although it will drop down to probably around a Category 2 by the time it hits Orlando, maybe even less than that, hopefully. But yeah, big storm surges. We can have crazy winds. At the moment, the storm is at around 175 miles an hour. Category 5, crazy, crazy strong. So the last couple of days have been very overcast, rainy, a little bit of wind. It does feel like something is on the way. It's not been the best weather at all. Now, we were actually supposed to be heading to Daytona tomorrow, to a lovely beach house, always the way. I have now cancelled that, so we are not going to Daytona because we were going to be driving in it. We were meant to be driving back to Orlando on Thursday, which is when the hurricane still might be going on. So we've cancelled that. That is now scrapped. A lot of you messaged me saying, don't go to Daytona, don't drive, etc. So that is now cancelled. Now, thankfully, we are staying in these gorgeous villas with Swanky Vacay, and I've been in touch with them. They've been super responsive. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, about all the planning and everything that they do for the homes. But I sent them a message. I said, look, you know, Daytona, I don't think it's going to happen, etc. And they very kindly offered us a home for a couple of nights that we've stayed in before on Solara Resort. So we're going to be heading there for a couple of nights during the storm. So we are currently packing up this villa, and we are heading to the Solara tomorrow morning. We're going to be going across there. Now, what I'm going to be doing when I'm there is actually filming a little bit of a video with the team at Swanky Vacay, just to show you how they prepare these homes for the hurricanes, what the protocol is, how the company handles it, and how they look after and make sure their guests are safe. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. I'll film that. We're going to be filming a little bit of a sort of prep video, preparing for the hurricane. We've been out and fueled up our car. So if you're here in Orlando at the moment, there is advice to get out and fill your car up with fuel. Get to the nearest Walmart. We always find the most reasonably priced. Get yourself to Walmart, fill up. In terms of electricity, that's probably the most likely thing that could happen, is a power outage and the electricity going off. So if you're like me, you have plenty of battery packs and things, get them charged up, get your laptops charged up, your phones charged up, just in case the power does go out. And make sure you have plenty of water, snacks, supplies, just in case. In Central Florida, I don't think it's going to get quite to that level, but you don't know. We really do not know. Storms are unpredictable, so try and make sure you have plenty of supplies in. We've got a nice crate of water. We haven't gone crazy, but we've got enough for a couple of days. We've got plenty of food. If we don't want to venture out or we find it a bit dangerous to try and get to a restaurant, etc., we're going to have a couple of curries and stuff that we can bang in the microwave and bang in the oven if you're in a villa. But in general, just obviously be careful, look after yourselves. It does look like Universal and Disney are both going to close on Wednesday, is how it looks. The storm is adjusting a little bit by hours. It has come back a little bit. They did think it was going to hit on Wednesday morning. They're now thinking it's going to be a little bit later. So again, hard to predict, but I do think those parks will close on Wednesday. And depending on the severity, they could well close on Thursday as well. For now, though, Disney World and the parks and everything running as usual. We've just been in Hollywood Studios, everything absolutely fine. The only thing we've noticed on some of the highways, they're lowering all the lights down now, so they can't get damaged in the wind. A lot of the homes now being prepped, everything being brought in under the lanai, getting all the furniture in, anything that can blow away or blow around, getting moved into a safe little place there. But yeah, it does look very strong. Category 5, the strongest they've seen for many, many years on the Gulf Coast. So it's very scary, very, very sad and scary for those residents that are in those areas, on those beach towns. We've done them on the vlogs before. All of that area. Tampa looks like it's going to get it really bad. So if you're in that area, do stay very safe. Look after yourselves. They're actually doing a mandatory evacuation from there at the moment. So the highway is rammed heading towards Orlando because that's where they all come to. Everyone coming from Tampa will come to a bit of a safer area like Orlando, Kissimmee, where we are, to stay safe and get out of the way. Because the main thing they're worried about is the storm surge. They're talking about a 12-foot storm surge that is going to be, you know, covering, if you've got a car parked on the driveway, it's going to cover the car. That sort of height of storm surge is what they're talking about. So very, very scary for them. I'm praying for them. Hopefully, they're probably going to lose homes and everything. So it is quite sad. It's quite serious. But I've had a lot of messages. That's what we're up to. We're not going to Daytona. We're going to be hunkering down in one of the villas. I will keep you up to date. But yeah, just ideally stay indoors, have some supplies in, charge all your stuff up. You might want to have some candles or a torch. They're talking about if there is a power outage, just make sure you've got something, or you're not going to be, you know, if you've got kids, you might want to be prepared for it. But a lot of the hotels and everything, they have all the backup generators and things like that. So I doubt it would be out for a long time, but we don't know. It could well get to here and it's still a category 3, 4. We really do not know. But at the moment, it's jumped right up. In the last 24 hours, we've been tracking it, and it didn't half jump up the wind speed. Every time they do an update on the wind speed, it jumps up massively. The guy was just saying there on the news, it's 175 at the moment. We're due an update soon. I think it's going to jump up to about 190 wind speed. So quite scary, but I will be filming this sort of vlogging the experience, showing you what we're doing if it happens to you, if you're on your trip. And I will be showing you how the villas are protected and looked after with Swanky Vacay, and how they look after the guests. We'll be meeting up with one of them tomorrow when we check into our new villa, and I'm going to film a little segment with them just to show you what they do, what their protocol is. But yeah, it's unfortunate because obviously it's ruined our plans for Daytona, but safety first, and I think we've got a lot more bigger things to worry about than a beach trip we can do another time. So the beach villa is cancelled, but very, very thankful to Swanky for managed to sort of villa last minute. I think they had a cancellation that should have been coming in because the airports are now closed. I forgot to mention this one. So Orlando Airport is closed from Wednesday morning. So if you were due to fly into Orlando and land on Wednesday, I'm sure you've had information from your flight airline by now. If you haven't, get in touch with them, check your emails, because you won't be landing in Orlando on Wednesday. So any of those Wednesday flights, I imagine, are cancelled. So if you're doing any flights, if you were flying back from Orlando to the UK as well, keep an eye on those airlines, keep in touch with them. Wednesday, I think you're not going to be flying anywhere. You're not going to be flying back, and you're not going to be flying in. Thursday, small chance, again, depends on the damage. I imagine they'll get it as quickly up and running again as they can. But Wednesday is out the game. So do keep in touch with your airline. Check out what you need to do. And hopefully, if you are stuck in Orlando, they'll put you up. I'm sure they will, and work things out. The Disney resorts are spot on. They've been not taking any more reservations for the next few days or the rest of this week. I think they've stopped reservations for now to make sure they can focus and concentrate on the guests they've got, make sure they get the right staffing levels, and get all the emergency supplies in that they might need. So It's a little bit messy, it's a little bit tricky, you're going to have to sort of keep an eye on things. I do feel sorry for you if you were meant to come over and land on Wednesday and fly to Florida on Wednesday. I know it's probably very sad and annoying, but keep in touch with the airlines. They'll get another flight on as soon as they can, and hopefully you'll be out here Thursday, Friday, and you'll have missed the storm and missed any danger as well. That's the main thing, is safety. So I certainly wouldn't even want to risk trying to fly in while there's storms going on. So safety first. Just get in touch with your airline, your holiday provider. Keep in touch, keep checking your emails as well, because they're constantly updating it. There's no exact times of park closures yet, but it's meant to be Wednesday. We'll wait for an official announcement from Disney and Universal. They usually update on Instagram, Facebook, X, so keep an eye on those. But yeah, that's where we're up to, really. I just thought I'd jump on to a quick video because I'm getting so many messages and it's hard to comment and reply to everyone. It gives you a feel for what's going on. As you can see, big black clouds. It's been like this for the last 2 days. We did Horror Nights last night in the rain. It was amazing, even with the rain. So you can still do everything until they say, look, it's closed, you've got to stay in. You can still go out and do things. Later on, we're off to iDrive. We're going to go and do some fun activities on iDrive. But yeah, if you've got any suggestions or tips or anything that I've missed, do let us know in the comments. And thank you all very much for the messages and stuff. And I will keep you up to date. We're doing our usual daily vlogs. But yeah, that's a few little tips for you. Go and fill up the car. Go and get some nice snacks and stuff. Plenty of water and drinks. Maybe a little meal if you're going to be stuck in on Wednesday. You don't want to try and venture out to one of the restaurants. I don't know if they're going to be open or not. If it's very strong, I don't think they will be. They won't be getting staff into the likes of Chili's and stuff. I doubt it. So we're going to have a few meals in place. And we'll go and film that villa tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe. There is loads coming up. Lots to follow. And hopefully plenty of fun. Once this is all past and the danger's gone and everyone's okay, we will, obviously, we're going to be continuing our daily vlogs as well. So they'll be coming up. But it's just a little bit of an update. No Daytona, unfortunately. I was actually going to be trying to do a experience in the NASCAR cars. I was going to be taken out by a drive around the NASCAR track and everything, but it's all been cancelled, unfortunately. But safety first. Thank you very much. Give me a follow on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and stride on. I will see you all again, hopefully tomorrow. Now, just to cut in and mention, this is an excellent channel to follow and watch if you're over here at the moment. The Weather Channel. This is Fox's Weather Channel, I believe. Really good. It's just a full channel on the weather. They are on 24/7, tracking it, bringing updates, giving advice, getting experts in. So really good channel to follow and keep up to date with.